Hello, beloved, and welcome to your reading. So in this reading, we are going to be looking at what messages the divine wants to give you in this timeless reading. I always remind you, of course, that these readings are generalized. So take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't, because that will resonate with someone else who's watching this reading. Wow. You have 3 major arcana cards, okay? We're going to grab our oracle cards also to give you as much information as you need in this reading. As I always tell you, it is important to allow your intuition to be present as I'm doing this reading for you, because when you allow your intuition to be present, this becomes like a personal reading, okay? And when it becomes like a personal reading, you really get deep messages because your intuition will be elaborating on the messages that I'm giving you. And together, we are really going deep because we need to go deep because you got 3 major arcana cards. We all know that major arcana cards really hold the weight of this reading. So there is a lot of weight that is to be had from this reading, but it's all good. Okay, we have some sticky situations, but all in all, it always works fine in the end, doesn't it? So we're just going to get another oracle card so that we can see what is going on. Okay. So, first things first, there's a feeling where some of you are currently going through some court cases. Some of you maybe are signing business contracts. There is just something that is involving the justice system, the authorities at the moment. But in that involvement, there is just something that is here where some of you are losing yourself to whatever is going on here. Some of you are losing yourself because you are wanting justice. And it seems like justice is taking a long time. Some of you want karma to come and deal with this situation now. But the divine always reminds you that allow divine timing to come in and deliver justice at the right time. And fine that the justice system could be involved, but not all of you, because of course, there are many of you watching this reading and everyone is going through different situations. So for some of you, the justice card is all about realizing that the divine is watching the situation unfold. The divine has intel on this situation more than you do. So the divine is saying, give me time. The angels of karma and justice are like, chill. Give us time. We know exactly when it's the right time to hit in our heart. When it is the right time to deliver this justice that you need. Karma always delivers, always. And even though you might be feeling like this, disempowered, upset, full of anxiety, full of anger, feeling like everything is taking way too long, the divine is saying, I want you to balance yourself and come back to your center. Bring back the color that was in your life before, bringing the joy, bringing the passion, bringing that energy. If you have to meditate, if you have to do your healing, if you have to do whatever it is that you have to do to bring back that energy of joy, to bring back the color in your life so that you are not completely being drained and sucked dry from this situation that is currently on the table. Because the divine is bringing the energy of justice and victory, not once, but twice. Because we've got 2 major arcana cards that are also on the table. We have the World card that is bringing the energy of completion to this chapter that you have been going through for quite some time. Now, let's discuss the World card for a bit, okay? Because I really want you to understand the essence and what the World card really stands for. So not only is the World card the last card of the major arcana cards, the World card brings completion So whatever completion that is coming from the justice, from karma, it is bringing victory. And from that victory, it is bringing a justice that is balanced. Okay, because it feels to me that there is an energy of joy, an energy of success, like I said, an energy of victory, an energy of complete understanding and harmony. So the divine is saying that during this time, there's that self-mastery that you're going through. There's that self-understanding. There's that energy of learning, of growing, of balancing your emotion. Whatever is happening right now, you are growing as a person. And this is why it might seem like justice is taking a really long time, because the divine is saying, I want you to grow. And then when this situation finishes, you're coming out the other side, starting a new chapter, starting a new beginning in your life. So there's an accomplishment that is here. There's an end of a journey that is here that is bringing success. So the divine is saying, I want you to be in the energy of focusing on the success that the world card is bringing in, so that you might manifest that into your life. Because if you are in the energy of focusing on everything taking really long, it's going to take a lot longer. It's going to draw more energy out of you. This situation is going to turn into that energy vampire. And this is why the divine is saying that you have a choice to balance the energies that are here. And in balancing the energies that are here, the divine is saying, allow the time that this situation needs. You go and focus on something else. And whatever is happening in the background, let it happen. Allow it, that moment that it needs, so that when we bring a conclusion to this situation, it is a final conclusion. We don't want to come back for round 2. We don't want to come back and appeal the decision that has been made. So this is why the divine is saying, just allow the time it needs, because you don't want the situation to keep playing over and over again. The justice gets served and you're not happy, you're reappealing that situation, whatever is happening. So someone could be going to prison because they need to go to prison. There is something that is here around sexuality. There is just something that is here around someone being taken advantage of. And so the divine is bringing this energy around sexuality and sexual arts. And so, like I said, there's a feeling where someone is either using their power or someone has been misusing their power, taking advantage of you or someone, your child even. So whatever is happening, the divine understands on a deep level the upset, the trauma, the hurt that is here. But at the same time, justice will be served at the right time. Allow time. Allow this situation to play out. And even though it might be painful right now, this is why the divine is saying, focus your energy on something that lifts you up, that lifts your spirit, that lifts your vibration. Because easily you could lose yourself into this. And even if justice gets served, there is that energy of not being happy. There's that energy of, no matter how much justice is served, not being happy. So whatever is happening, the divine is absolutely saying that I understand. And there is people who are fighting on your behalf, because we have the Chariot card. It almost feels like once justice happens, everything happens swift, fast, really quick. Because the Chariot card is swift, is fast, brings again that energy of victory. When we're looking at the Chariot card, it is showing you fighting for your rights, fighting for justice to be served, but understanding that sometimes you're going to feel like this, that darkness, that heaviness that is weighing on your shoulders. Sometimes you feel like, okay, divine timing, I allow that. So there is a balance again between you yo-yoing between two emotions, and again it is understandable, but the divine is saying that the reason why the emphasis is on remaining balanced is because the divine doesn't want you to lose control of this situation, because again we are being given victory. But if you've lost control of yourself, your emotions, if you've lost control of this situation, then whether victory is done or not, there is that energy of not being happy either way. So whatever is happening, the divine is saying that there is a feeling here of feeling completely stuck in this situation, of feeling completely disempowered in this situation, of feeling like the divine doesn't care, no one cares, the authorities don't care, no one cares. So again, the divine is saying, do not stay in that energy of feeling stuck, because it is just creating more pain, more discomfort for you. Instead, understand that whether you push, whether you are really putting the pressure on, in the end you end up hurting yourself, because justice is not ready yet. It is not the time yet. So understand that again, it is taking time, and yes, you might be stuck in this situation because you're waiting for a decision, but once that decision is made, it is time to start a new chapter. It is time to enjoy the victory that is here and to celebrate that. The Chariot is an energy of showing that you're very passionate and fiery about getting what is rightly yours, getting the justice that is rightly yours. But again, we're remaining centered in the two energies, because the divine is saying that there is almost like that feeling of being really passionate, pushing and really putting as much pressure as possible in this situation, in wanting justice. And then once this situation is closed, is complete, now you're like, now what? Because all your energy, all your essence, all your vitality, you were putting everything into this. And once justice has been served, now there's that energy of not knowing who you are anymore, not knowing what you stand for anymore, because you lost yourself in the fight. You lost yourself in that moment. There's almost that energy of over-identifying in this situation and then not knowing what to do with yourself once you've got the compensation, once you've had that victory, once everyone is saying, yes, you're right. And then now it's time to move on. But you're like, move on to what? So again, the divine is asking you to step in that energy of healing, going to counseling if you need to go counseling, going to speaking your truth, going to do whatever it is, because the divine is saying, I don't want to lose you once you get the justice that you rightly deserve. Because there could just be that energy of not caring anyway. You got the justice, but you're like, I'm still angry. I'm still not happy. The divine understands that whatever happened, happened. But at the same time, it's about accepting that we cannot turn back time. And how can we lift ourselves and move forward? Not forgetting, we remember what happened, but moving forward and having that emotional intelligence that is needed to go forward, enjoying the life that you have, instead of completely having lost yourself and killed yourself in this situation. And I know that this reading is very complicated, it's very difficult, it's not for everyone, but for those people who this reading is for, the divine really is extending that energy of healing really forward, that energy of healing, that energy of calming, that energy of understanding, that energy of acceptance. I can change what I can change. But what I can't change, I accept that I can't change that. And I give that to the divine. I give that to higher powers. And I move forward and understand that I am divinely protected. I am divinely loved. Okay? So the divine is saying that, again, patience, please. Okay? Really step into that energy of patience, because the divine wants you to understand on a deep level that in the background, even though it seems like nothing is happening, even though it seems like no one is caring, even though it seems like nothing is changing, no one is listening, in the background, it is all coming together. Okay? So the divine is saying there is that energy where after this situation has played out, you step into that energy of, you live and learn. This was the situation. This was a moment in time. And as you go forward, you're asking yourself, what did I learn from this situation? What did I learn about myself? There is a lot of reflection That's what the divine is saying. That's what I'm hearing. Reflection. There's that moment of reflection. And in that reflection is that moment of acceptance, is that moment of understanding, is that moment of it's done. Okay? So this is the reading that I have for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit that notification. I'll see you soon. It is a goodbye from me.